Hello and welcome to NewFilmmakers Los Angeles in partnership with Movie Maker magazine. My name is Danny DeLillo. We're here at the South Park Center. I'm delighted to be joined with Jay with his movie Uncaged. Let's take another clip.
Have you ever noticed that fear of the unknown can keep us from stepping forward? Recognizing the moving goalpost is part of the game.
Jay, welcome to the NewFilmmakers LA family.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We'll never let you go. That's it now. Thank you so much for Uncaged. It was such a rapturous experience last night at the festival. For those that haven't seen your wonderful film, tell us a little bit about it.
Yep, so Uncaged is inspired by my life experiences, and I put it through the perspective of this NIL student athlete named David. David's in this therapy session where he has a psychological experience and he has to confront some of these issues he's facing regarding like survivor's guilt and the pressures of success, reflecting the whole NIL era that's new to the world today. So yeah, it's pretty brief. I wanted it to originally be like 2 minutes and it ended up being a 5-minute movie. So
hey,
here we are.
But what you gave us in 5 minutes, I would say it's really hard to make a short film, like a short film, right?
Yeah.
And it was amazing, and your imagination and your vision and this storyline was so impressive. Like it was really good.
Thank you.
For you personally, where was that kind of point for you where you had this idea and then this kind of vision of how you want the film to articulate and then turn that into a film? How did that come about for you, Jay?
Yeah, so I think it was in steps. So I had met a friend who's an agent, and he was inspiring me to like really lean into figuring out what my voice was, and how important that was. And at the time I was exploring like working with a horror film, and I had this one idea, which was just the door scene. For about like a year that I just like set on, and I wanted to shoot it on like an iPhone just to do it. And when I was working on a horror scene, I just really wanted to like figure out, a horror short, I really wanted to figure out like how could I add my voice to it, and it was just taking a while for me to figure it out. So it was like, let me just go back to this other idea in the meantime and just put something out there and just add to it. So gave myself like a week deadline just to like build out the story a little bit and just like seeing what I came up with without trying to be a perfectionist, and you know, I just kind of forced myself just to come up with something.
That's amazing. Yeah. But there was so much context in there. Firstly, I think it was really amazing. Firstly, you know, kind of from a therapeutic standpoint, you know, and kind of seeing that like universally, like up on camera, that was beautiful to watch. But then this kind of, you know, amazing symbolism with this door. That was so powerful. Like. I was mesmerized by this scene that was created and the stylistic. Like, how did you go about creating that from a visual standpoint? Because it was really beautiful to watch and see this articulate from his mind into your vision.
No, thank you. So the inspiration for that door really came from the movie Get Out, when he was in a void, and I really just wanted to again try to find like a metaphorical way of saying it without saying it, and avoid like it being said through dialogue. And yeah, just took the inspiration from Get Out. And a few other like music videos regarding like silhouettes and these almost like these variables that I like try to play and explore with through my work, regarding like shadows and, you know, altered shadows of what's going on, and just kind of just mixed everything up.
It's really special when you've got a film where you can make us not only see the story, but also kind of explore with our imagination through the symbolism, through this kind of void, this noir experience as well. Is this kind of like hopefully something you want to ingrain in a lot of your projects kind of moving forward?
Yeah, definitely. And I think it was a learning curve as I was going on. It's like, you know, one of those things when you're doing it, you're like learning a little bit more about yourself and developing that voice. And the plan is to evolve this short and have this as a proof of concept and really explore some of these themes that I felt as though like this is my voice, like, you know what I mean? This is how I can like keep it consistent and build this world so that everything's cohesive. Whether it takes, you know, my next project or 10 years from now, when people like look at it, they can see that everything's connecting. And so I'm just like starting to figure out how to piece together everything, you know, in a sense.
This is how amazing Jay is, right? Like he came last night, not only with all these amazing hats, Life is a Game, which is obviously a reflection of the film, but tell us a little about how you brought this concept, because I got given the most beautiful gift ever, which was obviously this cage opened with the presentation of the hat inside, and I'm like, damn, what a filmmaker, like what a vision you have. Tell us about the concept of creating that, because that was such a special touch in what you added an extra layer to your film.
Yep. So like getting into that, like I come from a creative like design background, so it's like it's kind of second nature to me, and I always know like I try to approach the projects as like a world that I'm building.
Yeah.
So it's like it's kind of a natural thing. So when I initially headed into it, again back to the metaphoric sort of conversation, I knew that I wanted to have a character within the film that was a prop, but also something that's used to just like get people thinking, and that's what that cage with the bird that was in the scene where it had the door open but the bird didn't leave. And so like me branding that element of something that I wanted to be significant, decided to just like, you know, make a couple cages and put the hats that the protagonist is wearing, that which I've been also branding for about a year, just like wearing it as a staple, and getting that message across. And you know, I think one of those effective ways what I try to do is not even try, but just be myself. And you know, sometimes people think this is like I'm saying life is a joke, where it's like nah, it really has a deeper meaning, but I'm okay with people just like not really knowing at first. And so that's just like my approach. And my bad, I forgot like
no, Jay, no, I was just saying you gave us like it was like you gave us a piece from like the Museum of Contemporary Art. I will honor it so much. You have no idea. I'm so honored, and I think it really adds to why your voice, your storytelling, your imagination as a filmmaker. Like, I'm so excited to hear so many more of your projects. Obviously, just kind of it's very hard to summarize this because I think your film has got a lot of context to it. But like, what did you want your audience to kind of experience from your film?
Oh yeah, so what I wanted them to experience is just like shedding light on the perspective and just to like make an impact, inspire people, but also the whole point of like, you know, life is a game. I wanted to brand that and that statement with life being a game, not in the sense of as a joke, but you know, like a video game, every stage in life, it has new challenges and new milestones, and applying that whole concept of video game to life. Every level we get to, whether it's career, relationships, it's all going to have new adversities. You know, it's this game we're forever playing in a sense, and God being a developer. So that's really like my approach. That was my approach of like what I wanted to convey through the film, which also leads to the rest of my projects.
It's amazing because I just love the depth that you take us into. Like, it's really nice when you see a film that not only has a story that like is informative, it's challenging, it's educational, it's all these different levels, but you also open up our minds as creative viewers as well. So you should be a filmmaker, Jay, like honestly. But what is next? That's the question. What is coming next? Where are you taking us next?
So now I'm working on doing the feature version of this, like the proof of concept for Uncaged. So I'm prioritizing the feature for that, and then I'm also exploring this psychological horror that's like, you know, diverted from this same, like I said, all of the projects are going to connect in a sense when you look back on them. So, you know, the psychological horror, and then the feature version for Uncaged, as well as a side documentary which reflects the whole NIL thing that's going on.
Amazing. So you're building like the J Marvel universe right now.
Perspective.
So yes, I love it. I love it. Well, listen, thank you so much for bringing us. Please bring your projects to us. Please, you know, I can't wait to see. But well done on making this. And just finally, what one piece of advice would you give anybody out there that wants to follow in your footsteps?
I would just say like follow your heart, be authentic, and I would just say follow your heart, be authentic, and just remember like life is only understood backwards. Like we don't understand going through it, but as we look back on things, we start to grasp an understanding of why things happened, or you know, why the domino effects.
Yes. Thank you, Jay. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you very much for bringing your film to us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jay, everybody.